In this video we are solving Python easy difficulty level challenges. So let's get to the first challenge here, get the file name. So one more thing you can do here is and solve the challenge on your own. This challenge is to create a function to extract the file name from a full path. So that means we want to extract everything after the last slash in the path. The file name includes both the name and the extension. This should work for both absolute paths like this one, or the relative path like this short one. So let me explain using these test cases. So if the input is this test case, then the function should return java.txt because we just want to extract the file name. So if the input is this test case 2, so it should return Pythonforbeginners.mp3 because that's the file name, and same goes for this third test case as well. So here's the function. First, the function name is getFileName, and then the path is a parameter. So the easiest way to do this is by using the Python split method to break the string at every slash, and then it will grab the last part of this list. So a split method break the path into parts, and this -1 grabs the last part, and the last part is always going to be the file name. So let's test it with the given test cases. So when we run this, we get exactly what we expected: java.txt, Python15.mp3, and the third test case as well. So and that's how you extract the file names from a path. We used the Python split method to separate the path and pick the last part, which is a file name. So let's solve this same challenge a little differently. So here I'm importing OS module. So this OS module provides a way to interact with the operating system, and it will allow us to work with the files and directories in the system. So this function called getFileName, and this will take one parameter path. Path represents the location of the file or the directory. So here we are using the os.path basename method in a Python. So it will extract the last part from the full path strings. So let's test it with the same given test cases. And as you can see, we get the same output. So let me add one more test case to this function. You can see that I'm getting python.txt as the output. You can try experimenting with the different file names and you can observe the result. So let's solve another one. Let's solve this medium difficulty level challenge now. Create a function that takes two numbers as arguments and returns an array of multiples. We need to create a function that takes two numbers, num. The num is the number we want to multiply, and the length is how many times we want to multiply. So the function should return an array with the multiples of number, and the number of multiples should be equal to the length. So let's go through the test cases to understand this challenge. So here is how it works. If the num is 7 and the length is 5, then we want to multiply 7 5 times because the length is 5 and multiply number is 7. In this second test case, the num is 12 and length is 10. So we want to multiply 12 10 times because the length is 10 and multiply number is 12. So same goes for this third test case as well. So I hope you understand the pattern now. Here is the function array of multiples and two arguments, num and length. So here we are using list comprehension to create and return a list of multiples of num. So return num. So for I in the range 1 length plus 1, this means that for each number in the sequence, I will be set to that number. So let me explain this part first. So this part creates a list of numbers starting from 1 up to the length, and the +1 here is added because the range doesn't include the last number. When you use the range method in Python, it has the starting value, and in our case starting value is 1 and it has the ending value. For example, if you use the range 1 to 5, it will give you the 1 2 3 4, but it will not give you the 5. This is why we use the length +1 to include the last number, and this num multiply I. So this takes each number from the list created by the range method and multiplies it by the num. So let's test with these given test cases. So when we run this, we are getting here the outputs. That's it for this challenge. We used list comprehension to generate multiples of number. So you can input your own values and see how the outputs change. And let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. Please like and subscribe this channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.